Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is the behind the scenes of the FoggedOne mansion. As you might all seen in the tour that I recently posted, I have gone insane. I lost my mind and I made the craziest mansion ever to even take up 100% plot data that I have never achieved before. Am I happy about that? Not really, because I can't build anything on it, but that's how it ended up being. And with this mansion, I was trying to push myself with limits, try to make it the best mansion ever, and also to experiment with stuff like trying new techniques, trying new ways of building. And I achieved that a lot because I was working with basic shapes, but not as much as I did with this mansion, because the entire driveway was custom, the entire statue was custom, all the mansions, like no, not mansions, all like the lights inside the house was custom. Like I used lots of basic shapes in my mansions. That is true, but this one went overboard with like the most custom things ever. Like even with the couch, it's just like all custom made. It's just insane. And I did push myself with Transform Plus as well because I was making all these weird chandeliers and everything that you wouldn't be able to make without Transform Plus. And I was actually in shock with myself seeing that I was able to do all this stuff that I never thought I would be able to do. But I decided to test myself doing all these weird things and it worked out really well. But how it was originally supposed to be is what we're going to go through right now. Let's start off with the stairs. If you've seen the tour video, you've seen that the custom made stairs are white with some neon lights in like this linen color, and then it has like this finished little wood touch that is dark gray, but it wasn't originally supposed to be like this. I originally made these stairs in black glass and I was using the same structural, but I was using them in brown wood. And without any lights in them, I thought this would be the final stairs that I'd be using. But then I thought of it and I decided to make it in white, but I realized maybe the white one would be better because I'd be using like a mix of white and black. If I used too much black, it would have been taking too much and I needed some white to balance it out. So it did end up being white stairs, but it was changed after I built the spa and I decided to add black stairs. But it's only in the spa where you see two black stairs, one where you enter and one upstairs to the second floor of the spa. Next was garage. I did not plan to have 19 cars and then adding a 20th car soon to the plot. I never planned that. But what happened was I made the garage, the top one, with 4 garage doors. I was supposed to have only 10 cars, but even before that, 6 cars only. I only wanted 2 Bloxbuck cars, 2 Jeeps, and 2 SUVs. I did not plan to buy 4 mini cars. I did not plan to make a whole downstairs part for an extra 10 cars. But when I did add that downstairs part, I only had 3 cars back then. It was the 2 snow mopeds and, no, not mopeds, snowmobiles, and then another Bloxbucks car. But I was only expecting that until I decided to take my limo from my space mansion and put it there as well to add even more cars. And then afterwards, the Bloxburg update for the summer came, and then they added a new beach buggy car. So I decided to buy one, and now I'm saving for another one that I already have the money for. But I am trying to get more plot data right now. So until I get Robux and buy more plot data, I don't have a second one. But then I bought the new Bloxbucks car and then 2 of the new mini cars. And then it just continued like this. And then I also bought the golf car before. And now I have 19 cars. But also, originally, where the Jeeps are right now, they were not meant to be there. They were meant to be where the SUVs are. So where the SUV is right now and where the Jeeps are right now, they were meant to swap places from the start. So like where the Jeeps is where the SUV was meant to be. But then I realized it wouldn't be so convenient because it would be extremely tight. So I decided to move them afterwards because the Jeep is smaller than the SUV. Next thing is the gym. I was never, ever planning to have a gym in this mansion. I was just like thinking maybe I'll have a tiny one, not a big one. Until the gym update hit. It hit exactly when I was thinking about how I should decorate that part of the house. Because originally, if you see in this photo, there is a lot of rooms. Like you see a few walls, there's like a few separations. Like it was never a two-story room in there. It was like a one-story room, and that there was like multiple rooms inside. And then also the second story also had like one big room with a lot of rooms inside. It was meant to be like kind of like a office bedroom place for like filled with all the storage stuff. It was kind of just like meant for small things, not really big things. But then the gym update came and I was like, maybe it's time I add a gym and make it a good one. Originally, it only turned into a one-story gym, and then because there was so many things and I wanted to add more than one because I wanted all my friends to be able to, be able to work out with me, I decided to add a second floor. And it was intense because it was crazy. I did not know if I did the right thing because I did not know if I was using the space wisely. I did not know if I was like, gonna need to remove some space and make some other stuff with it. But it worked out because now I actually use up the space quite well. But before that, that wall where it says just do it, I was actually planning on having like I was gonna find a decal that had like the Jordan symbol, like the guy holding the basketball. I was gonna find it and put it up there on the wall, thinking it would be nice, but I never found a decal that had no background, so I scrapped it and just put just do it because, I was bored. I didn't know what to put there, so I put that there and it looked nice at the end. So it ended up like that. The kitchen was only going to have two ovens, and it was like that for a while until I decided to, invite some friends over and we had like all this cooking stuff. We were all cooking a lot, and that's when I realized two ovens is not gonna do it. Like I have, I think, six stoves there, and it's just like not enough for the ovens then. So I added two more ovens, and that's how it became four ovens. But I mean, it actually worked out a lot because it was people were able to cook a lot faster. It was just like a more convenient. And if you've seen on the fridge, the on both sides, there's four. There is a wooden like thing covering it. It's just like a wood wall that's covering it. It was originally meant to be stone to match with the counters, but then I wanted to add a bit more wood to the kitchen because it was looking very plain. So I added wood texture instead, but it was originally meant to only be stone. But I didn't really like it at the end, so I decided to change that as well. But it's like there is a lot that didn't really happen to the kitchen, but that's like the only two things that happened to the kitchen. And there was like a few struggles, like I didn't know what wall texture I wanted. I didn't know if I wanted to, make my own wall or buy the like already built like textured wall, but I decided to make my own wall using marble and then structural, and it didn't work out at the end because it looks a lot nice now. It looks, very modern and looks nice with the build. And also the counters, I was extremely concerned about the price because it was custom made, it was expensive, but then at the end it was worth it because it was just beautiful. And I do know it's big, but it's beautiful. When I started working on the bedrooms, I went immediately for my bedroom. And I was thinking back to my first mansion, or my first video even, the first tour video I posted on this channel. And I was thinking, let's go theme-wise like that. Make it a nice wood room, make it cozy, put all these cozy colors. And I decided to go full-on wood mode, and this is how it turned out. I don't know what was going on in my head, but I never do. So I hated it afterwards. I sold it, and I made a new bed with a new design and everything. And it's the beds now that I now shown on the video, and I'm in love with them. It's just so nice, and I really wish I could decorate them more now, but I can't with plot data in the way. And I've said that already a lot in that video, the tour video of this mansion. So that's, yeah. It's a complaint, you know. But that's all what happened in the bedroom. But this was before all the bedrooms were decorated, so it was only that bedroom in particular that got decorated, and I was just, not feeling it. The pool area outside was not meant to have neon lights. As you see on the video, you can see that there's neon lights around the pool, and like on the edge of the pool is just like neon lights everywhere. Originally, there was not meant to be neon lights, but it was just like it felt empty, and I wanted to add more, so I ended up adding neon lights, testing it out. I did like it, so I kept it. And that hot dog that's on the pool was also not meant to be there. It was meant to be an empty pool, but then the summer update came in Bloxburg, so I placed one, and it was just like, fun. And then it was, it looked fun, so I just kept it there until we had the weird spinning hot dog on the tour video. I don't know how it happened, but the funny thing is, after that video was recorded, I left the game, I came back to play with friends, and that hot dog started spinning again for some reason. And it was funny, so I decided to record and make a short of it. So that's what happened with it. And that's pretty much all that happened with the pool. Talking about pools, that pool on the roof. Yes, I'm crazy. I don't know why. I was like, pool on the roof. Good idea. Let's do it. Uh, I never planned to actually have a pool on the roof, nor did I actually plan on having the original pool there in the first place, because it was actually quite tight with space. So I was like, maybe I should add a pool, maybe I shouldn't. I tried. It was a bit too small, but then I tried again and I made it a bit better. But I don't have any pictures of that. So, yeah. But originally in the house design, I never planned to have a pool on the roof, but I decided to add one, see if it would look good. And what happened? It did look good, so I kept it. And I turned it into my private pool because the top floor is all mine for my bedroom. And that's how it ended up being so. And I had to do a lot of edits to the pool because I had to raise it a lot because with my avatar and its like animation, my legs would be popping out from the library, so I had to, lift up the pool a bit so it would, not have my legs poking out from the ceiling. And I did actually do a lot of edits with it. I did work that at the end. So that's how it came out. Cinema, never planned. Arcade, never planned. Spa, kind of planned. Failed. Planned again. Failed. Planned again. I was very confused about what I was going to do because I did not plan an arcade. I did not plan a cinema. Those I tried leaving like behind. I didn't really want to go extreme. Spa, I didn't want to add. I made one like demo size. I didn't like it, so I then deleted it. Then I tried it again. Didn't have the money or time. I didn't like the size either. I deleted it. And then the summer update came. And I realized you could put pools in basements. That's when I redid it for the third time, and I was able to make a two-story luxury spa. It was actually better if I did wait, because if I wouldn't, and I would have built it in the first time, I would have been stuck with a one-story spa, and that would not be so nice, because I like building two-story spas all the time. So it was worth the wait, and it turned out very beautiful. I love how I made all the custom pillars and everything. And it was the first time I decided to test back the black stairs, and they looked very well because it would match the spa environment because it was like all dark and that, so it was really nice. And also, I didn't know what chandelier I wanted to add, so I was thinking maybe I will make my own chandelier or just copy the one in the living room. But then I looked at the statue outside and thought that would be a very good chandelier for the spa, and then I ended up using that. I did color the whole thing black though to match the entire spa environment. So yeah, that's how it ended up being. And then this was before I built the arcade, because the arcade had like I already planned the spa. It was just sitting there, but there was no way to access it. So it was just sitting there. And the arcade was built after, and the cinema was built after, but I didn't actually build the spa until the cinema and arcade was built. But the planning for the spa was just there the entire time. And there was like no way to see it because I never mentioned it, nor did I actually, try to say like, oh, there's like a spa behind this wall. But I didn't really try. And then afterwards, that's how it turned out. And the funny thing with the spa is that how it started was with the jacuzzis on the second floor, as you see here. That's how the whole spa started. It's crazy, isn't it? But that's how it is. The arcade had two like old games, but then I had like there was a basement glitch, so I couldn't leave the basement, so I decided to, you know, like bulldoze my plot, but only delete basements. And it did delete the two games, but I do have pictures of them. As you see, the basketball one is extremely similar. It almost looks identical, but I did go on a more rushed, more like try to just get it over with, but I did put effort into it, so it did look good, it looked decent. And then with the other game, I don't even know what the name of it is, I did make a bigger version, but it's not really much different. I just was too lazy to fix the colors exactly. I just wanted to make one solid color because all the other games were like one solid color except for the dancing game. And that's really how what happened. And there is going to be more games added, but at the moment is plot data again in the way. So what happened with the living room is that I have a gaming room, but before I did not know what I was going to use that room for. So what happened was the living room was having two floors back then. It had like 1.5 floor and then like a half floor at the top of it with like a balcony. And up there it was meant to be a gaming room where you would have like this low area where you could like sit, play on the consoles and all that. Just like a little like chill area while people who want to, relax and all that stuff sit downstairs. And I also had old stair design, spiral stairs, until I decided to make straight stairs afterwards, not spiral because they were really hard to work with and it didn't really work out that well. But the second floor was removed because, again, it was just a lot of space and I did not know what I would be working with. And then when I made that floor, that is now the gaming floor, also the gaming room, I was just like, this would be the perfect place to add one because what else you'd be adding here? There's like, it's a big space and you can't really do much in a big space except for adding like a lounge area. So I did end up adding a lounge area there. And I mean, it was worth it because it looked very good. And it's a small version of my couch that is also downstairs in the living room. So it did work out at the end. And I did make that custom Xbox Series X and that custom controller. I did build the same in my other mansion, my first one, but that's an Xbox One, just a regular one. This is an Xbox Series X. So yeah, that's how it turned out. And this is a question. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make the Xbox Series X, you guys can say it in the comments because it might look extremely painful and difficult to make, but it's not that hard. If you don't have Transform Plus, it's impossible, but just answer in the comments if you want it or not. Bowling alley was meant to be an office. As I said before with the gym, with the space being like a lot of rooms, that was 2 rooms back then, and it was meant to become a office, like a bedroom and then an office next to it. But like mainly it would be like the office area of the house, like it would be a lot of offices. But it just became a bowling alley afterwards. And with the bar that you see as well, it was meant to be a bar, but like it didn't have an open pathway. It used to have doors where it would lead to it, but I did decide to remove them and put a open door, like no doors, just like an open frame to get into the bar, because it would also lead to the outdoor lounge, and I feel like it would just be more convenient because it would be the hallway with the staircase going down, and so it just changed to be like that. So pretty much that's how it is. The last thing that really was the change was chandelier in the entry. As you saw probably in the thumbnail, there is a chandelier that says fogged. That was the original plan until I realized I had to do so much changing with the writing because I wrote it incorrectly. I was supposed to write it reverse, and it was just like too much work for me. I was just like, you know what, scrap it. Make it the wall for the gaming room. That is where the living room was, or where it was in the living room. And then I was like, scrap it, put it on top of the house, and call it a day. I did that, and it actually ended up looking good because also at the same time, I want people to recognize this as my house and like it's my personal own made build. So I decided to put it there, and it looked actually quite nice, and it ended up being so on top of the gaming room. So it kind of stayed in connected with the gaming room because it used to be inside and now it's on top of it. So that's how it ended up going. So that was pretty much all the main behind the scenes stuff. All the small details I kind of kept out because I didn't want to bring in a lot of detail. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and also me working, just like out of nowhere, because I did not know how to plan this video at first. I was like, maybe I should be in build mode explaining all this stuff, but at the same time, I'll just be showing a lot of photos of how they used to look like. So I was just like, decide to do working and then show the photos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you're excited for the next one because it's just going to be very crazy because you may see a new mansion with even more limits being exposed and being made because you thought the FoggedOne mansion was the only one I was going to go crazy for? No, the next one is even crazier. So enjoy your day or night. I don't know when you're watching this video. And yep, that's all for now. Bye bye.